Nighthawk Gold in the news today. Nighthawk trades as NHK on the Toronto Stock Exchange. They discover more high-grade gold within the Indin Lake Gold Property. I've got with me now Dr. Michael Byron. Hey, Doc, appreciate the time and update here. Been a while. Some nice news here out today. I want you to run through the highlights.
Okay, Rob. Well, this is, our last sort of news release from 2019, and typically we put our field program results out last as we head into a new 2020 campaign. So every year we go out. When we kick off and we're drilling on our property, we usually start obviously in the winter months, and once we get into June, then we start our field program, right? And every year, going back almost to the very beginning, we've had an active field program. We have geologists and prospectors out looking throughout our land package, looking for new opportunities, as well as trying to understand some historical showings and maybe open them up a little bit more. So obviously in 2019 it was no different. Going back, looking at some areas that we're really keen on. We took about almost 1,500 samples off surface in last year's program. We're good in the sense that we did find new areas of mineralization, and we did expand some of our gold occurrences that we worked in the past. So, all in all, it's sort of status quo for our field program. We also started to really do some stripping and power washing on areas. So last year we bought a helicopter portable excavator to help us open up more of the showings, right? There's only so much guys with shovels can do, right? So we brought in a little bit more firepower to help with that, and that led to a nice new discovery at Indin Lake, where we got up to almost 43 grams off surface, and so that's an area we're very keen on, because it's a large system as well, and it's not too far from Kolomak. But the overall theme, if you go back to the very beginning, was we were consolidating, in our Archean greenstone belt, masquerading as an Archean gold camp, or the other way around. But suffice to say that there was a great opportunity to find a lot of new discoveries in this system, and Kolomak being the key to it was your classic brownfield asset. But because it was misunderstood and people left an opportunity on the table, and we realized on that opportunity and started to grow Kolomak. Both in its contained ounces, but also in showcasing a little bit of higher grade material, so that maybe we can get underground. But the point being is, as you start to move that core asset up, you're showing sort of the value of the gold camp that it sits in, right? So as Kolomak grows in sort of value, so does the landmass it sits in, and so does the opportunity to find new discoveries. And this is sort of the thesis that we initiated going way back to 2010 and started us on this track. So really, that's what we're showcasing here. The highlights are there for people to read in the news release. It's this typical grab samples and channel samples that we took off outcrops. So we've got some good gold again throughout our land package, and again sort of drives home to the viewer that this whole Nighthawk story is largely dependent on Kolomak, but it's not totally, because there are a tremendous number of opportunities that sit satellite to Kolomak, and with enough work and a little lady luck, one of these could bust through and become the next multi-million ounce deposit that we own in Indin Lake.
We've been talking about getting back to work here via the COVID hibernation. Any more news to report there?
No. But what we can always say, obviously, what we can say is, when we elected to take a leave of absence back on April 5th because of the COVID situation, it was always with the intention that we were going to go back and just pick up our drill program and our exploration program where we left off, and we're still looking at that, and we're working towards that being a reality here in the not too distant future.
Okay, that's Dr. Michael Byron, CEO, Nighthawk Gold, NHK, Toronto Stock Exchange. Doc, appreciate the update, and certainly look forward to checking back in when you've got some more news to report.
Thank you, Rob, for your time, and you have a lovely day.